Welcome everyone to a very special Super Bowl Sunday preview. And let me just fix my camera. Obviously, we are having our jerseys. I'm in a different situation. I'm actually in my room, so the lighting is very, very bad. But, anyways, here for the final episode of season 2 of the Dots podcast. It's been a long journey, but anyways, from Lakeland University, your boy Matt Crowley, aka Matty Icy.
And here on the away sideline, here in Stevens Point, once again, chilling in my room with a pretty bright and nice setup, courtesy of my lighting that's across from me, which, Matt, you got to invest in for the next time.
Yeah.
But here on the away sideline in Stevens Point, it's your boy, Brett Stockgolf, a.k.a. 99 Brett's Brandini, Brendan Retzloff in the house slash apartment, and it is finally that time of year, man. It's Super
After
Bowl Sunday.
271 games, I do believe, it comes down to the game 272 against the San Francisco 49ers representing the NFC and the Kansas City Chiefs representing the AFC. Oh my gosh, this lighting is awful. Anyways, so
And right now, I'm representing the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes because I got the jersey on, but I'm not gonna say that's who I'm picking to win this game. Yeah, we'll make our predictions towards the end of this episode. But Matt, dude, that is a
yes,
pretty
so
sick jersey.
for those who don't know, if you're news, I do play semi-professional football for the SaberCats. So this is my art blackout jersey. So it's not kind of sucks because of the lighting. This is the only light I have in my room. But 84 SaberCats on the back. It actually fits really nice with a sweatshirt. Crawley on the
Oh
back.
yeah,
I actually do have my white one. One of my other buddies. I was a jersey supplier for today's game, so I have five of my jerseys are handed out. My Thielen, Bridgewater, Jefferson, James White, and my other SaberCat one.
you better have trust in those people, man.
Oh yeah, I
Because
do. I
that,
do.
all right,
They're good
well,
people.
speaking of like handing out jerseys to people and all of that, I heard that you're throwing some pretty big Super Bowl
Yeah.
party celebration. What do
So
you got?
so me and our fraternity, that I'm part of Mu Lambda Sigma, we are hosting. We started this last year where we host a Super Bowl party. And last year we had around like 40 people that showed up, which, if you don't know Lakeland's about campus size of like 500, very small school, compared to Point where it's like a
Yeah,
lot.
essentially the opposite.
Yeah,
Points got like close to 10,000 people.
exactly. So we do this. We just started this last year. I thought that would be a great idea. I was like, hey, let's do a Super Bowl party. We kind of need to do this for community involvement. So we're getting like 300 wings. I don't know. We're getting wings from Legendaries, which is a local wings shop or wing store in Sheboygan area. Excuse me. But we're gonna have that. We're gonna have beanbags. We're just gonna drop like a big screen, project it onto there. It's gonna be awesome. I had a fun time last year with it. A lot of people enjoyed it. Hopefully, we can get the same result as we did last year because, I mean, when your whole fraternity plays football, it's a lot, and it's really a kind of like you forget everything for 3 hours and you just watch football, and it's super nice. It's super fun, and you got wings, you got chips, you got dip, you got basically all the Super Bowl essentials that you need,
Don't forget the drinks too, man.
and
The
the drinks.
drinks are also what goes hard
They do go hard.
when it comes to party time. But you're talking about it was about a 3 hour experience. Super Bowl typically is like 5 hours.
That
Like
is
it,
true. Yeah, so we're studying up at 5. It's currently 3:22 right now, so about an hour and a half. So I have to be there at 5, so
yeah, we don't have much time until
no.
kickoff of this
Unfortunately,
game.
I had a meeting earlier at noon that went on for like 3 hours. But anyways, back to the point. Obviously, we did not get an episode out last week. Scheduling conflicts are a pain in the butt.
Sick, sickness conflicts as well.
Sickness. Obviously, we had agreed on a date. Brendan is still fighting a cold, so he might sound a little iffy if that's the case.
Yeah,
But
it's been it's not been fun this past week and a half or so. But like, dude, once you get back to classes, it's just bound to happen. Like you take that extra like all those germs with you from home and bring them back
Mm-hmm.
to the school. I mean, you're just bound to get something. And I, guys, I literally could not speak like for a couple of days last week just because of how like congested and everything I was. But I got my handy dandy water, trying to keep my voice nice and clean for this, and I'm I'm still trying to keep my voice clean for my other job as well, where I got to call a buzzer beater
I saw
the
that.
other
That was
day.
sick.
It
That was
was
very
the
cool.
most hype experience that I've had so far on the job, and it's probably going to become one of my favorite things if it becomes a regular thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's kind of how where we have been. Obviously, we may, if we were down for it, continue this into the UFL season. Obviously, that starts out in March. If you guys don't know, the XFL and the USFL combine to make the UFL, and so I think we were talking about because there's not really any coverage on that. So I think it would be neat if we can bring more coverage into that than there is because not a lot of people just watch the NFL and then they don't watch football at all after that. I think the UFL is very. I think it's more entertaining. I like the kickoff rules. I think the kickoff rules are neat. I like the
Their
extra.
rules are
I
wild,
like the
dude.
kickoff rule where basically you can't move until the receiver catches the ball.
Aren't there onside kicks
Yeah.
not even onside
No,
kicks?
so
It's like
they're
a 15-yard play.
yeah, so they're onsides, which I also really like. Thank you for bringing that up. Is a 4th and 15 from your own 30. So you have to get it to the 45, and that's like your onside kick. Because let's be real, how many onside kicks were actually recovered this season? Like two, I think.
That's a good question. I'm gonna look that up while you keep talking.
So onside kicks are like extremely low probability. Like they're not. They. Excuse me, I can't speak. They rarely succeed. So this is kind of a way where you can succeed and still have a chance. So I like their onside kick rule. I think that's super good. And then obviously,
I just found a wild statistic. You're not gonna believe this. Hail Marys have a higher rate of being completed than an onside kick.
that is fair because there was one in Denver against the Commanders actually, where I think it was Russell Wilson threw it up and it got caught. So I do believe that because you do see a lot more Hail Marys completed, but also a lot of
And
Hail Marys are like tipped around.
when the NFL changed their rule about the onside kick, back in 2018, I believe, this is according to NBC Sports, the success rate of an onside kick went from 21%. That's a lot
That's a lot.
to down to 6.
So
And the Hail
basically, one in
Mary,
five kicks was successful, and now you have
you had about 1 in 20,
1 in 20 chance.
pretty close to that. And then 9.7% of Hail Marys were completed.
Yeah. So obviously, like UFL rules, I like that a lot better because I think you get your offense a shot. I mean, I've seen it happen. I mean, I've seen people go for onside kicks, the 4th and 15, and they score a touchdown. Like that's what
Yes.
ultimately happens. And not only that, their extra point system is different. I can't remember if it was the USFL or the XFL. Pretty sure it was the. Oh, it might have been both leagues actually. Now I think about it. So if you go from like anywhere inside of 5 is like 1 point, and then like from the 5 to the 10 is 2 points, and then anywhere from 10 to like the 15 is 3 points. So technically, a point game in the NFL would be 2 possessions, but in the UFL is actually 1 possession.
And it's always nice to make the game more interesting, even if
It really
there's like a
does.
bigger difference of score. Like pretty much anything can happen, and I do love our idea of continuing to do episodes and do it on the USFL or the UFL, excuse me. And another thing too is we're gonna try to have guests on our show as well. We've been in talks with some people recently. Try to get one of them on here today. Couldn't do so. Lots of Super Bowl preparation
We
for
also
many people.
one of our previous guests is actually in attendance at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So
Yes,
honestly,
indeed.
if you don't know, a little over a year ago, we did an episode with one of our good friends, King Customs. He's taking the
I'm
lead
gonna
by
text him right now. I'm gonna
yeah.
text him
Text him to
right
see
now.
how he's doing at the Super Bowl.
I'm
Just
gonna I'm just gonna snap him us like this.
honestly,
Um
Cody, if you're watching this afterwards, congratulations. What you're doing is absolutely amazing. Um, keep doing your work. You're doing such a great job. Obviously, I keep up with you and everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube. And so he paints.
and go actually yeah, go ahead.
So he
Keep
paints
going.
cleats for the people that don't know. He paints cleats for athletes. He's done Christian Watson. He's done DeAndre Campbell's. He's done his sons, DeAndre Campbell's sons. Um, he's done AJ Dillon's cleats. He did that. He did it last season. I know it was against the Bears, but he didn't wear them because of the grass wasn't good enough for those types of cleats. So, or yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember off of my head. But he's done Jason Tatum's. His big one was Tyrese Haliburton. Obviously, we're from Wisconsin, so he went to Oshkosh North. So big opportunity there for him. He took it. Now he basically kickstarted. Um,
Tyrese Halliburton was his start.
was his start,
Um
and now he's made a pair for Giannis, which he even showed in his closet tour, which was like because he didn't know at that time when we talked to him, he didn't know if Giannis actually received the pair because he didn't get no confirmation, he didn't get anything, and then he saw them in his closet, and he was like, those are my shoes." I know, and you have a
it
pair that
yeah.
he painted for you as well.
I do have my own pair of golf cleats that he ended up doing for me. I don't have them here right now, but they're so sick. I wear them every single time I go to play golf. And once I'm done, I clean that stuff off right away, man. Because I'm not letting the drip get any effect
Mm-hmm.
at all from, I mean, those wet, muddy type of
Yeah,
golf weather conditions and all of that. But yeah, huge shout out to you, Cody. You are doing something extraordinary, and the fact that you're able to get to the point that you are and you can say these things that you've done, I hope that it's treating you well and that what you're doing is what you want to do and what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You got to find something that makes you happy.
because
And for the two of us, it's talking about sports and doing broadcasting and all of that kind of stuff. And for Cody, it seems like it's painting and designing and doing art on a bunch of different textures, mainly shoes, but like it's so freaking cool to see that one of our great friends is to the
yeah.
point where he's at. Have a great time at the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah,
Have a
have a
great
great
time.
time. We'll be posting this right after we get done recording this. But yeah. Also, I don't think many 22-year-olds can say, "Oh yeah, I painted shoes for Drew Brees and hand delivered them to him on stage."
Oh, he just texted me. He
Oh,
just
did he
texted
really?
me. Yeah, he
He's probably gonna say, "I
said
can't."
thank you, brother.
Yes. So obviously, Cody, have a great time at the Super Bowl. I mean, not many. That's like a dream come true for any kid, considering that like the cheapest ticket is like $7,000.
Yeah,
But
it's facts. This Super Bowl is actually the highest paid average total for tickets this
mm,
year, and I believe the average ticket is well over 10 grand,
yeah, it's
which is just
ridiculous.
insane. Just to watch a football game, like
I know, but
I don't understand it.
yeah, but that's kind of where we have been. So continue to looking for down sidelines when it comes to the UFL season and more guest speakers.
Yes,
I know we got two already lined up, potentially three. I'm gonna ask my guy if he wants, maybe even 4. Um, See if they will be willing to do a episode with us. So, anyways, let's get into what we had missed, which was the NFL Player Awards, and we're gonna start from
Yes.
right down the list. We're gonna start with MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. Um, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and Walter Payton Manning, Man of the Year. Walter Payton Man of the Year. I don't know if I said Walter Payton Manning. I might have. And then
You might have.
I think I did.
Clip
I'm
it.
so sorry. Clip it. But anyways, so we're gonna start with MVP, and it's Brendan's profile picture for the second MVP and the only player to ever
Yeah.
the only player to ever win 2 MVPs in a Heisman is none other than Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, which some people think that he got snubbed, which I can see because even the Ravens were basically the best team.
Lamar Jackson got snubbed.
Because a lot of people were saying that Christian McCaffrey should have won, which the last
Okay, yes, I was one of those people saying
yes,
Christian McCaffrey should
because
win. Yep.
you gotta realize that Lamar Jackson didn't have like a stellar season. He had
Yeah.
above average season, but he was on the best team in the league. Now, mind you, that like I said, I'm seeing from both perspectives. We both picked Lamar to win because we both know that the MVP is a quarterback's award, and a non-quarterback's award is Offensive Player of the Year, even though they still throw quarterbacks in there. But I think Christian McCaffrey should have won. He was the most valuable. He almost had 2,000 total yards of scrimmage yards this season, and he scored almost a touchdown every single game. There was
Yeah.
1 week that he didn't score a touchdown, and to me, that's insane.
Yeah, wasn't McCaffrey tied for the regular season,
In
uh,
postseason for most consecutive games
like
with a touchdown.
consecutive games with a touchdown? Yeah,
Yes.
I just pulled up Lamar Jackson's stats, and keep in mind the MVP award. It's based on regular season. This is not including the postseason as well. So Lamar Jackson in the regular season this year, I'll just go over every stat according to ESPN. He had 307 total completions out of 457 attempts, 3,678 yards, 67.2% completion rating, averaging 8 yards per pass, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His longest pass went for 80 yards. He was sacked 37 times. His QBR was 102.7. Or not QBR. His overall ratings 102.7. His QBR 64.7, which that's not the greatest.
Mm-mm.
I would say that's about a B grade of a QBR. And then he carried the ball 148 times for 821 yards. He had 5 touchdowns rushing, and he averaged 5.5 yards per carry. So with what you said about Christian McCaffrey, you compare those stats with one another, and this essentially just means that the MVP award is a quarterback-based award.
Because you really look at it, like he only threw for 24 touchdowns. He didn't even break 30. And usually MVPs, like you gotta break, like even if you throw 45, that's a phenomenal season.
We've had some quarterbacks hit 50 touchdowns in a season.
Yeah, Patrick
Peyton
Mahomes
Manning's
did it.
done it. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, I think.
I think he did it.
We've had it.
Oh, no, the sun's coming out. Perfect. Gives a little more light. Anyways, hi, you guys can see me now. Anyways,
Oh, Corey's texting me.
oh boy. And so, yeah, like, go away. Epic
Oh,
Games.
he just texted me something. So, unfortunately, he said I didn't end up going to Vegas.
Oh, he didn't?
The event I was going to have, or like, wait, the event I was going to, who had a venue fall through, but I still got to create those shoes for it all. But I appreciate you thinking of me anyways. It got canceled less than 24 hours before I was getting on the plane.
Oh, God, that's horrible. Yeah. But anyways, so just kind of our final thoughts on the MVP. Obviously, condolences to Cody because that really sucks. That really stinks. But yeah, like now he breaking like 30 touchdowns. Like 24 is not that much in my eyes, and then only 3,000 yards, which isn't a lot. But
I'm
anyways,
just texting him
yeah,
back, dude.
for sure, you're good. Next, we're gonna go on to offensive rookie of the year, which was the Texas quarterback C.J. Stroud. I think this was a clear winner. Obviously, we had debate. There might have been a little debate between him and Puka. When I look at this, what happened, I go back to 2021 with Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert, where the receiver, in my eyes, I might be a little biased, but Jefferson was a better rookie than Herbert. He had way better stats, and he played less games. Actually, I don't know. No. I take that back because I don't think Herbert started until like week 4, until like Tyrod Taylor got his lung punctured by the doctor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I still think C.J. Stroud deserved it. He took a 2-15 Texans team and made them a threat, a divisional champ of the AFC South, which is unheard of, going from worst
Yeah.
last to first. And I think CJ
First
Stroud,
to first, baby.
yeah. Um, but I think obviously there's a big stigma with in the NFL that Ohio State quarterbacks don't do very well. I think CJ Stroud just broke that. Obviously, you have Justin Fields in there, Rip Dwayne Haskins. I mean, there's been a lot of Ohio State quarterbacks that just haven't worked out in the NFL. Which, if the Bears are listening to this, keep Justin Fields in drafts, Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first round, because I do think that you need to get him more weapons and maybe a better line. But I don't know. I'm not the Bears organization. But yeah, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on?
Yeah, that's a good thing that you brought up though. Um, like going to um the Marvin Harrison thing you were talking about. That'd be such a fantastic pickup
Mm-hmm.
for them. Like you're talking about how you would have a possible, I mean, superstar on the brink going into Chicago, and also playing with DJ Moore, who, I mean, he had a fantastic year after being traded from Carolina over to Chicago. But like going to how we're talking about rookie of the year, this was such an easy pick in my opinion. Even though Puka Nakua is like absolutely deserving of this award, CJ Stroud literally flipped the script of a football team.
He
And
did,
okay, obviously it's not just him that is a part of every single aspect of it.
but he plays a
D'Amico
big part.
Ryans did a fantastic job being the coach of this team, first year coach. For them, I mean, we're gonna go over defensive rookie. They ended up doing a lot of outstanding work for the team. So it wasn't just himself, it was also the defense. But the quarterback position is known to be the most crucial position to play in the National Football League. And I mean, maybe any football league.
Yeah, I don't
If you
know.
have a quarterback who doesn't know their stuff, you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
like look at Johnny Manziel. Great college football, partied a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know, or who was Jamarcus Russell, also with him.
Yeah.
Manziel got handed an iPad and it was to watch film, and it literally recorded 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. Like, did not watch a
Yeah.
single thing of film in the NFL. And Jamarcus Russell got handed a VCR tape, VHS, and they told him like, tell me what blitz package, or like, tell me what this tape is by tomorrow. And there was nothing on it. He set up, oh yeah, it was blitz packages that they were running. No, coaching staff was like, no, there was nothing on it.
Yeah, and like this comes to show, like if you're a quarterback who is not putting in your effort, or not even a quarterback, if you're just a player who doesn't put your effort into your job where you are getting paid substantial amounts of money compared to the rest of our American citizens, like I mean, that just comes to show that you don't care about what you're doing in your
Hmm.
life. And obviously, you're not taking what you're doing seriously. And when it comes to these awards, these players, they take their work seriously. And like, obviously, there's so much more that these players like have going on within their lives, especially CJ Stroud. Like, one of my favorite things about this guy, dude, is after every single game or every speech that he gives, he just talks about thanking God right away for giving him the
Yeah,
abilities that
and
he has, and like it's just putting him first
yeah,
over himself,
I
you
do
know?
like I liked his acceptance speech. How he literally thanked everyone. Like obviously, he started like, "Thank you God for giving me this opportunity." And all of this, and then he went on to thank his organization, and went to thank on
Yep.
all the coaches, players, and then obviously his friends, families, and his mom. But
This guy might have the best maturity out
yes,
of almost all the players in the NFL.
yes. But this brings us to our next point, which we should probably speed things up a little bit. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
let's go ahead.
Oh, excuse me.
Let's just knock them down
Yeah.
one
So
by one here.
next, Texans defensive player of the defensive rookie of the year. Sorry, is Will Anderson Jr., which I thought it should have been Deron Bland. Honestly, led the leagues in picks, broke the pick six record. I definitely think that he should deserve it, but I do also say that Will Anderson was very good. I think I said it was Jalen Carter during when we did the
Yes.
predictions earlier in the year,
Yep.
halfway through. Jalen Carter looked really good, but when the Eagles had their downfall, so did Jalen Carter. So obviously, he kind of got thrown out the window. I do think Ivan Pace Jr. should have been in the conversation. That's just me, but that's a biased Vikings fan. But I do believe that Will Anderson, I didn't really watch much of him, but from what I've seen from his stats, let me pull them up real quick. I'm sorry if you see my phone. Very good, very good. He was a good run stopper, I do believe.
This is the defensive end on the team, right?
Defensive tackle, I do believe. Yeah, so he had 45 combined tackles, 16 assists, 7 sacks, and no interceptions. And
Yeah, that's a pretty
29
good year.
solo sacks.
That's a pretty good year. 29.
Um, that's not combined. No, I don't want to. I'm sorry. Um,
I got 7 sacks that he had on the year.
yeah, 29 tackles, 16 assists. So that's how,
Oh, trying to tackle.
and 7 sacks. So yeah, very good rookie year. I think this guy's going to be good, and I think he deserves it after his stat line has proven that. Obviously, big part of it was him being up against, just being part of that Texas line is huge, but very well deserved in my opinion. But
Yeah, for absolutely, for sure. I think he deserved it a little more over Bland. Only reason I say that Bland shouldn't have won, or the reason why he didn't win, even though he had like this fantastic stretch of pick sixes as well as interceptions in general, you have to look at these guys who he was facing in coverage, and like I mean, it just wasn't like that good. And it was only that run that he had. Like at that moment afterwards, once he broke that record against the Commanders, it was essentially just like really quiet for him for the rest of the regular season.
that's fair.
Should we move on to the offensive player?
Yeah, we can do that. So offensive player of the year is no other than he's playing tonight in the Super Bowl. CMC Christian McCaffrey. Obviously,
Totally deserved.
totally deserved. At one point, Tyreek was in there, but after the second half of the season. Kind of like with Jalen Carter, when the Dolphins had their downfall, so did Tyreek Hill. Wasn't too much of a downfall, but was still enough that CMC. Obviously, we had brought up the stat earlier that he had tied, I think it was 17 games in a row, that he had a touchdown in the postseason, in regular season. Like, mind you, like last season, he was playing in Carolina. So
I
even
just
when,
want to say, I just want to say something too about like Miami's downfall. This is mainly Tua turned the ball over
yeah,
on it. Like it wasn't really Tyreek Hill. Dude, did you watch the Pro Bowl? Because CJ Stroud and Tyreek Hill were
I
balling.
did not watch the Pro
They
Bowl.
were absolute balling. CJ Stroud was hitting so many dimes over to Tyreek. I
But,
mean, this
yeah,
Pro Bowl actually wasn't bad this year. Go
yeah,
ahead.
so I think this is like the first time in like 5, 7 years that the NFC actually won the Pro Bowl. Usually the AFC wins, and the NFC finally
Let's
won. So
go.
let's go.
We're both hyped for that.
I know
Screw the
we
AFC.
both want to root for our conference that our teams play for. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been a fat minute since we've got that W.
it has been. But I do agree 100% that CMC. I picked CMC as mine. I think I had some consideration for Tyreek, but CMC definitely deserved it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got to feel bad for Tyreek Hill because he was having a career season,
He was
and
like
then
on pace
Tua
to
just
hit.
decided to play
Yeah,
bad.
Tyreek was on pace by like to hit 2,000 yards by like week 14, which was like absurd. Like
Yep.
how he was like pacing himself, it was just ridiculous. But now,
I'll break down Christian McCaffrey's stats really quick here in the regular
for
season
sure,
because he's totally deserving to get them heard. 272 carries, 1,459 yards, 5.4 yards per
and he
carry.
led the league in rushing.
Insane. 14 touchdowns in the regular season, including his longest run for 67 yards. Actually, hold up. He had 67 receptions. Cancel out that yardage statistic. It was 67 receptions. I don't know why Google Stats is being stupid, but it decided to. But yeah, 14 touchdowns in the regular season for a running back. It's pretty impressive. I mean, Jamal Williams, he had a career year the prior season
Mm-hmm.
in rushing touchdowns, but this right here for a starting running back to be able to do
This
this and like
is an offense. This to me, this is an MVP type of guy. He was the most valuable player on
he's
his
got the
team.
numbers.
He's got the numbers. I mean, obviously Lamar is like a quarterback, but he carried his team way more than Lamar did, in my opinion. But ultimately, MVP is a QB award. Just the
Yeah.
most valuable QB at this point. We both have been in agreement for this on a while. But
Yep.
with that being said, let's go to Defensive Player of the Year, which I got this one right. It should have been the Wisconsin native TJ Watt, but Myles Garrett had won it, and TJ Watt was upset, but he's like, nothing new that I got snubbed. And you look at
2 years in
TJ,
a row.
you look at TJ Watt's stats, and you look at Myles Garrett's stats. TJ Watt has better stats overall than Myles Garrett.
And I don't know why if you got a player that has like all these stats that are better than this other guy, how do you not take that guy
I
over
don't
the
know
other guy,
that
you know?
because then it brings the point that maybe I don't know this could have played a part in it that the Browns went through 4 different quarterbacks and still had to made the playoffs. But the Steelers
The-
also made the playoffs as well, so you can't really use that.
And the Steelers made the playoffs when it seemed like they shouldn't have even been a team that would even get there.
Yeah, they
Like if you compare that to the Cleveland Browns, like yeah, they did have a pretty nice turnaround, but I think a lot of people were expecting them to be good
mm-hmm. Yeah, and
compared to the
so
Steelers.
like if you want to pull up TJ Watt's stats and I'll pull up Myles Garrett's stats and we'll just show you what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just gonna do it on my phone because I
Okay, I'm hopping on ESPN just because it's a pretty reliable source. JJ Watt was not happy
Oh
with
yeah,
the
Miles Garrett
outcome of
versus
this.
TJ Watt stats. So I'm on Fantasy Pros. So yeah. So yeah. So basically, I'm on Fantasy Pros right now. It shows both of their stats. You want to name off TJ Watts? I'll name off Miles Garrett's. So tackles. TJ Watt had.
TJ Watt's total tackle is 68.
All right. Yep. So that's also with assists as well. So Miles Garrett total tackles was 42.
All right, 48 solo tackles for TJ
Yep,
Watt.
48 and 33 for Miles. And sacks,
19 for TJ Watt.
which I do believe led the league. Don't
19 is crazy.
And Miles Garrett had 14 passes defended.
TJ Watt had 3 sacks against the San Francisco 49ers. He had 3 sacks.
Jeez. Anyways, so how many passes defended? I don't know if that shows up to you. If not, I can just read that.
Passes defended 8.
Miles Garrett had 3. Interceptions.
All right. TJ Watt had 1, and I believe it was a pick. No, it wasn't a pick 6.
It was against the Browns, I do believe, actually. Yeah, it was a pick 6.
Was it?
It was a pick 6.
It was a pick.
It was a pick 6 because I'm looking at my thing and it shows later down. No interceptions for Miles Garrett, which is kind of expected because he's a defensive end, which makes more sense. So forced fumbles.
TJ Watt had 3 forced fumbles, which is ridiculous.
He had 3.
Yes.
Oh, on mine it says he has 4. They say they both have 4. So.
Oh, fumble recoveries. He had 3. Forced fumbles was 4.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yep. Forced fumbles was 3, and Miles Garrett had 1. Forced fumbles both had 4. Touchdowns, I kind of spoiled it. TJ Watt had that pick 6, so that's 1. Miles Garrett did not have any.
Yep. I thought TJ Watts was a scoop and score, not a pick 6.
It might have been a scoop and score. I know it was against the Browns, but that's the game that Nick chose.
Because not on ESPN, it says he has no touchdowns off of an interception.
So it might have been that scoop and score.
It does say he has a touchdown.
Anyway,
it doesn't even say it.
Yeah. So here are some miscellaneous stats that they show. TJ Watt played all 17 games. Miles Garrett only played 16. Fantasy points, TJ Watt got 226. Miles Garrett 179. Fantasy points per game, 15.4 for Watt, 11.2 for Garrett. Snaps for Watt, 931 to Garrett's 812, but usually you rotate more defensive ends in line in more. Not so much linebackers.
Yeah.
Snaps yeah. So snaps
based on everything Matt is saying right now, a different guy is supposed to win this award.
Yeah, TJ Watt should have won it. I guess Miles Garrett would. It is what it is. TJ Watt should have won it. I don't know what the NFL has against him. Probably because
back-to-back years.
Watts.
Back-to-back years where TJ Watt has been absolutely robbed of the Defensive Player of the Year award.
Agreed. But this will lead us into our next, I think, is Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski,
which I had also
of the
guessed
Browns.
right. Which I have also guessed right. I don't know if you have.
I think D'Amico Ryans was robbed.
Okay, I don't know if I don't know if you have seen the voting for Stefanski and D'Amico Ryans.
I did not. No.
They tied. I think they both had like 121 or it was 102. Let me pull it up real quick. I saw it on Instagram. I think it was Catch the Blitz.
I just don't understand how D'Amico Ryans doesn't win this award because this team had the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, and it worked. It worked for him. First-year head coach. You win your division. The Browns didn't even win their division. Like, what else are you supposed to do as D'Amico Ryans, you also had the defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. You pretty much had everything in line if you're D'Amico Ryans. That's
Yeah, that is
basically
true. That's
all I
true.
gotta say.
Uh, this might take me a while. Might have been ESPN. Um, Also, little fun fact: NFLPA says 92% of players want grass over turf fields. But that's besides the point. I cannot find it, but Kevin Stefanski had 21 first place votes and D'Amico Ryans had 20. So even though they tied, Stefanski had one more first place vote. So it was like, I can understand Stefanski because he had to face adversity, 4 different quarterbacks, still makes the
For sure, for
playoffs,
sure.
which I'm also a little bit biased because he was offensive coordinator for the Vikings for a while when they had that huge 2017 playoff run.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't have been upset if D'Amico Ryans won. Like you said, they swept. They swept the offense and defensive rookie of the awards.
Yes.
But I do understand where the league is coming from. I was like, hey, this guy had 4 different starting quarterbacks and they still made the playoffs. And they beat the Niners in the regular season to hand
Yep.
them the first loss.
And I think with them handing that award to him, like if it's because of that reason, that right there really means that the quarterback is like the most valuable
For
position
sure. For
that you
sure.
have out there on the football field. So like it definitely goes with the point that you're bringing up.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Kevin Stefanski, I think, still deserves it. I wouldn't have been upset with D'Amico Ryans because he absolutely deserves it. But unfortunately, there can't be ties unless you have like a 2016 Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott where they just basically unanimously both won it because they're on the same team. But this will come into this might have been the biggest shock of the awards was the Comeback Player of the Year award, which
Yeah.
was Joe Flacco, which
Yeah.
I had guessed. I mean, you had Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford. The big one was Damar Hamlin. I mean, we both thought that Damar Hamlin was going to win
Was going to be
because
handed the award because it's the NFL.
it's the
Yeah.
NFL and he basically he died on the field and he got resurrected basically. I mean,
Essentially, yeah.
not to like I don't know how what other way to put it, but that's basically what happened. He
Yeah.
basically got unalived because I don't know if YouTube will look at this, so I'm going to say unalived. And I know it sounds stupid, but unfortunately, it's the sad truth. And then
Yeah.
he gets resurrected, and then obviously the coaching staff last year wins like the best healthcare award or something or like that.
I can't remember what the
I
award
can't
was, but I
not
know
on
what
top
you're
of my
talking
head,
about.
but honestly, people thought Damar Hamlin was going to win it, and he had 3 plays. 2 of them were penalties, and obviously Brendan had said these are all based in the regular season. We do not talk about the fake punt attempt against Kansas City that he had ran, which I get where Sean McDermott was coming from. I almost said Sean McVay, but Sean McDermott was coming from because
Yeah,
Kansas City only had 10 players on the field, so why not run a fake?
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think Baker Mayfield would have been a great option as well. Baker turned around the beating the Eagles was a huge thing. Even when they were on their downfall, they were projected to go back to the Super Bowl.
Here's the problem. It's the postseason when that happened. It's the
Exactly.
playoffs
So
when it
that doesn't really
happened.
matter,
So it
like you
doesn't
said.
matter.
But still, I mean, he went into Lambeau. He had a perfect passer rating, which was unheard of, especially at Lambeau.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, my camera's really
He
bugging
lit
out.
the Packers up. But
He
I
did.
want to say this, Matt. Baker Mayfield had a better completion percentage than the MVP of the National Football League. And Baker Mayfield threw for 4,044 passing yards in this game.
Did he throw
So
more
his completion
interceptions though?
percentage, huh?
Did he throw more interceptions? Because I think you said Lamar only threw 7.
Yeah, he threw 10. He threw 10 picks, 28 touchdowns. his overall rating, it is lower than Lamar Jackson's. He had a 94.6 overall rating, which that's
still
not
good. That's
bad.
decent.
Lamar Jackson was like 102 point something. I'm trying to remember what Lamar Jackson's completion percentage was, but I think it was lower than Baker Mayfield's.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, you can't really say much. Joe Flacco really came off the couch and just balled out.
That is very true. Like that's one of those like movie script underdog story.
Yeah, it's like the
kind of things that you see
like
in the theaters.
This is what I think. So I think
yes.
Keanu Reeves' character, he's working in a bar, and they're like, "Oh, hey, all the players are going on strike or whatever it was. They just care about the money. They don't care if they play well." And then he's like, "Oh, well, now I gotta trot in." They win 3 of their next 4 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally a script out of the Replacements. But this comes down to our final award, which we think every team that has a representative should win this award, which is a Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Probably the most prestigious award out there in football.
Yep.
Nothing beats it, not the MVP.
Absolutely.
And this year it went to Pittsburgh Steelers Cam Hayward, which I didn't really see what he did, but what we have said multiple times that any player that does something for their community deserves this award no matter what. I mean, for the Vikings, it was Harrison Phillips. I don't know who was it for the Packers. Was it Kenny Clark or wasn't it like?
I think it was Aaron Jones.
It might have been Aaron Jones or Quay Walker. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it was Aaron Jones. That might have been last year, though.
Oh, let me fact check here.
Man.
Packers 2023. Walter Payton Award. DeAndre Campbell. That's who it was. That was their nominee. Devondre Campbell. So, I know it was on the defense.
Devondre. Cody did shoes for Devondre Campbell.
He did, and his son. And so, like we have said, this award is like the most prestigious award because obviously what Walter Payton did, not Walter Payton Manning, like I said earlier in the show, but this award just means so much. It means you care more outside of the sport of football. You're taking time out of your day to help the people in need in your community. And obviously it's Pittsburgh, so that's a huge city as well. I mean, every city where these teams play in is huge.
Yes. I'm trying to look for the story of what Cam Hayward did because I think he deserves the recognition of what he was able to do. Okay, here we go. So this is according to a CBS News article. So it says Ross Guidotti spoke to the executive director of the Mount Eric Community Activity Center about the impact Hayward had in the community. So he had an impact on this community center. We are fortunate enough to house the Hayward House and Craig's Closet here in our facility, said Denise Head, executive director of the center. Craig's Closet is named after Hayward's father and provides young men's suits, sports coats, and other business wear for special occasions. Head says, when they graduate from high school and go off to college, when they become successful in their lives, they'll remember their first suit. So essentially what Cam Hayward did was, after his father ended up passing away, I think he passed away to cancer or something like that. I can't remember too much of it very well, but he did this thing for this community closet where he could provide these clothes for these children who can possibly like have their first prom or first whatever, when they can look and dress nice in an area where, I mean, kids don't really get to have that kind of privilege. But the winner of the award receives $250,000 donation to the charity of their choice. So he must have picked that place as his type of charity. If I got that wrong, people in the comment section let me know because I
Yeah,
don't want to spread false info.
exactly. So, obviously, Walter Payton Man of the Year award to Cam Hayward of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, we can't preach this enough. Everyone deserves this award that gets nominated by their team.
Yes.
But
Give them all a clap for the
yes,
work that they do. Yes.
but no, something that we did last year. Moving on, is that we predicted a lot of things with the Super Bowl. And we are doing that again with the over unders, the coin toss, Super Bowl MVPs, even stat lines. And then
Oh, yeah.
obviously to finish it off, we are picking our teams. Honestly, we're not gonna do our top 10 because right now it's top 2. That'll be pretty stupid in my opinion. Not
And at
stupid,
about
but
9:30 or 10 o'clock tonight, we're going to find out who number one is.
exactly. So maybe both of us would have been right. Maybe both of us would have been wrong. But
Yes.
I guess we'll go through this. And I guess we can say our final words about this season of season 2. But first off, we'll start with the national anthem. So the over is 90 and a half seconds, which is very
That is
short.
so short. That is such a short
So
national anthem.
usually
I swear.
we do not promote sports gambling. We are not sponsored by anyone. If you are gambling, please gamble responsibly. But anyways, so the over is 90 and a half seconds, which Brendan, you said this was super short.
It is super short.
So,
If this is the under, I'm going to go bananas. I'm going over because it just makes sense.
yeah, I'm going over as well.
I'm pretty sure last year it was over 2 minutes.
It
This is a
was.
minute
It
and a
was like
half.
160. It was like 125 seconds or something.
I think that was Chris Stapleton
It
doing
was
the
Chris
national
Stapleton.
anthem. So another country artist we
It
got,
was. So,
Reba
oh yeah, Reba
McEntire.
McAfee and then Post Malone as we.
Did you say Reba McAfee?
No, I did not.
How dare you treat Reba
I'm sorry.
McEntire like that?
Reba McIntyre is singing the national anthem, and then you said
That's
it was
better.
Post Malone that was singing "America the Beautiful."
And then there's like some other person singing some black national anthem type of thing. I don't
We
really
we
know
have
what it
someone singing the
is.
Black National Anthem, which I don't know who. I can look that up real quick.
I forgot who it was. You know what I'm talking about there, right? There's another artist singing something along those lines.
Yeah, I'm looking this up. Reba McIntyre.
Posty.
Um, oh, here it is.
I'm so hyped for Posty. He's gonna be so good.
Andre Day is singing "Left Every Voice and Sang," which is also known as the Black National Anthem.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep.
So we have that. I think it's just the over under on that. But now we have, and obviously Usher is performing at halftime.
Do we want to do predictions for halftime?
I mean,
Because
what are we gonna predict on? If there's a,
first song, um, and who the special guest is
I
gonna
think,
be.
I mean, yeah, I can add that in there. Hold on, I'm gonna do halftime.
There's a lot of speculation about who that special
Uh,
guest is gonna be. Even though
yes.
Rihanna didn't have a special guest last year.
What was it? Guess malfunction. I guess
Malfunction.
like one of the props doesn't work. Like their suit gets ripped or something. I don't know. That's actually a thing.
Is this like an every Super Bowl type of thing
I think
that
so. Yeah.
happens? I didn't even know that. Okay.
First song.
I don't even know that many Usher songs, man.
I know one because it's a Minecraft parody. That's it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's like the only one I know too.
going on to their coin toss. Brendan, what are you picking for the coin toss?
Tails never fails, baby.
Tails. All right. I'm gonna go
All
heads.
day.
I'm gonna go heads on
Okay.
this one. Super Bowl MVP is next.
Wait, we should do the MVP at the end of our picks
Okay.
because the
So
MVP is on the
we're
winning
gonna
team.
do um halftime now, which is performed by Usher. We're gonna start off with the guest appearance. Brendan, would you like to take a guess of if there is going to
All
be
right.
a special guest?
I have two ideas here, Matt.
Well, you
So
can only pick
there's a
one.
lot of yes, there's a lot of speculation going that Justin Bieber is going to make an appearance for this halftime show because Usher and Justin Bieber have done a lot of work together.
Mm-hmm.
But another idea I have is Pitbull could be there
But Pitbull
because
just
I'm
performed
pretty
that one, didn't he?
Pitbull has not been at a Super Bowl,
Oh, I thought he has.
surprisingly.
So which one are you going with?
I gotta go with Justin Bieber just because, like, I mean, I feel like there's no other option to be honest. Like, if this was in Miami, then maybe I go Pitbull.
Mm-hmm. I am also going with Justin Bieber.
I think it's a good pick.
Like you said, like they've done a lot of songs in the past. I've never really listened to Justin Bieber before. I
Dude,
never
done a little bit of
listened.
his research
I
then.
never listened to him. I know some of his songs, like "Baby." I'm not even gonna sing.
Yeah, when he was like
Sorry.
13 or 14,
Yeah. Anyways, like every girl's crush.
for
But
real.
going on to the next one is any malfunctions.
You can do this first because I have no idea.
I'm gonna say no. I know it's something. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I don't know anything would happen bad.
I'm just gonna say something stupid.
You're gonna say yes.
Someone's gonna like slip and fall or something.
That is
One
a
of the
malfunction. That is
dancers.
a malfunction.
Yeah, one of the dancers or the artist is gonna slip and fall. I don't know.
Alright, so now for the first song. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say DJ Gas Falling in Love.
I knew what you were gonna say. See, that one just seems too obvious, but maybe it's a good thing that
Maybe
it's
too
obvious.
obvious because it's gonna be a great way to kick it off.
I'm gonna go with "You Make Me Wanna Say," the "Oh My God" song.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he sings that as well.
I think the "Yeah" song is also another good one to go with.
Yeah. Bum 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 bum.
Yep.
Bum,
Yup.
bum, bum, bum.
That's not a good one.
All right, now for stat lines. I mean,
This is all about the game
you know
now.
what? You take the Chiefs since you're wearing their jerseys, and I'll take the Niners.
Okay. This is fair.
So first off, we have the quarterbacks. What are we
The-
thinking for Patrick Mahomes' stat line tonight?
I have been doing not that much research, to be honest, on all of
Not
this.
that much
But
research.
I'm going to look back at Super Bowl
57.
50. I think it was 54.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the last
When
time they
these
played.
when these teams last played each other, and I'm gonna go over Patrick Mahomes' stats in that one, because this San Francisco team is a lot different. Same with this Chiefs team is a lot different. So Patrick Mahomes, he had 61.9% completion percentage, went 26 for 42, 286 passing yards, and 2 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown. I think he's going to throw for under 300 yards, but I think his passing statistics are going to be very close to one another. I think he will have 2 interceptions in this game because the San Francisco defense, especially their corners,
Okay.
can do quite a bit of work.
Can I
But
say
Patrick
something?
Mahomes is
Just for order, give me the pass completed, attempts, yards, and interceptions.
so
Just to make this
completion
easier.
first. Completions first.
Yes. So like 13 for 46. Like that.
27. 27.
27 for what?
27 for 51.
Oh my gosh. That's like almost half of his passes are completed. That's really low.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be great, but a lot of his passes are gonna be long passes, I think, that are completed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 301 yards.
301 yards. Touchdowns and then picks.
3 touchdowns, 2
3
interceptions.
touchdowns, 2 INTs. All right.
That's how I'm feeling. And he's going to have 1 rushing touchdown in the game.
Okay, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do rushing touchdowns.
All right.
So, Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Brock Purdy, playing on the big stage for once at pick 292. Only the second player as Mr. Irrelevant to play in the Super Bowl. But Brock Purdy, big stage, biggest stage of his career. He can either define everyone or he can just let it slip away. And knowing how he plays, it's a lot of check down, so his completion rate is going to be high. So I'm going to go 28 for 35.
That's a lot of passes from that man.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that they run the ball a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's going to pass for 274.
Okay.
He's going to have 2 touchdowns. And
You're throwing a pick in there.
1 interception.
Okay. I think that's pretty fair.
I think it's a fair stat line. I think he's going to screw up. But, yeah. Next, we got the rushing stats. So, what I want you for this is how many carries, yards, and then touchdowns.
Yep.
So, Isaiah Pacheco going first for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I just put him down because that's been their number 1 running back all year.
Isaiah Pacheco, he has been the number 1 guy for Kansas City this year. And this guy, he runs like a mad lad. And he is going to do this once again in this game. But one thing that concerns me about his running game is how hard he runs. And he might run too hard where he's going to injure himself in the game, which would be a big loss for this Chiefs team. And the San Francisco defense, I'm expecting Chase Young to do so much more in this game coming off of that trade or that free agency move. Isaiah Pacheco's not going to do great. He's going to run the ball. I'm going to go with 16 times.
16 carries?
16 carries for Pacheco. And it's going to be, I want to say 75 rushing yards.
75 yards. Any touchdowns?
He's not going to have a touchdown in the game,
touchdowns.
No. I think he's going to get injured.
You think he's going to get injured?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think he's going to run too hard.
All right. So, obviously, we have the Offensive Player of the Year award. I mean, Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey, not Offensive Player of the Year award. Obviously, this guy is a huge part of their offense. I mean, we've seen it, obviously.
Yeah, he's big.
I don't know how well this Chiefs defense can hold him down. I honestly don't. But I think he's going to run for 27 carries. They're going to be throwing.
That's a lot of carries.
I think they're going to rely on him a lot. I think he gets 128 rushing yards. And he's going to get 2 on the ground.
Okay.
So 27 carries, 128 yards for 2 touchdowns. And if I pull up my handy-dandy calculator on my phone, I'm going to do the average yards. So
per carry.
75 divided by 16, 4.6, 4.7.
I was going to say close to 5.
4.7. And for McCaffrey, 128 divided by 27 is 4.7. So roughly the same. But
we just have a couple of differences here. You got 2 touchdowns. I have nothing happening.
I think 2 touchdowns, and honestly, I think McCaffrey scoring a touchdown is guaranteed, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
it's guaranteed no matter where you go.
For sure.
Yeah, I have maybe less than 30 minutes, so I
We're
think
almost done
I
though.
know we're
Like
almost
we're
done.
pretty close to the end.
So I threw in the tight ends because I think this has been a big topic. Is the tight ends two of the greatest in the league?
Yes.
So Travis Kelsey and then one of my favorites, George Kittle. So give me Travis Kelsey's stat line because I was
So
actually very close to Kelsey's stat line last year.
I do remember you. You were close on a lot of things
I
from
was
last year's
I
game.
guess 37 or I was like 32, 35
The scores
Chiefs.
were very
And
close.
I thought about going 38, 35 Chiefs last year. I was like, nah, that ain't going to happen. And it did happen. I'm like,
And it did.
shoot.
You gotta be kidding. Yeah, that's what you're thinking. But Travis Kelsey, oh man. Everyone's talking about is his girlfriend gonna be there at the game? I think she will be. Yes, indeed. And he's gonna put on a show. Um I think he's gonna get, this is gonna sound funny, 13 receptions for Travis Kelsey for 127 yards. 2 touchdowns for the big fella.
Have you seen? Oh my gosh. Yeah,
And the
13.
reason I say 13 is because that's T Swifty's number.
Have you seen that? Okay, obviously, I'm going to take a quick pause right here before I get into Kittle. Um, have you seen the one like, oh, he's going to score the game-winning touchdown, and then he's going to propose to Taylor Swift
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that? Also, there's a really funny not stat line, but bet that because
Aliens are going to show up to the stadium.
well, not only that one, but there's also the one where a meteor hits the stadium and they just cancel the Super Bowl. It's like plus a million. So if you place $3 and
Dude,
it happens, you get $3 million.
I've been I've been seeing TikToks go around. And I know I've been sending you some of these. You've been sending some of these back to me as well. It's like my Super Bowl prediction, and it's Aloe Blacks. I'm the man playing in the background, and it's just like the most catastrophic
Gosh, it's like
event ever happening
yeah, that's all it
in a
has been on my
game.
TikTok feed. My unbiased opinion on the Super Bowl, Chiefs. They go up 49-0. But what's this? The LA Dodgers.
Yeah,
It's like so stupid.
Shohei
It's
Ohtani
funny.
shows up and throws 100 touchdown passes as the Dodgers win the Super
Roll
Bowl.
777 to 49.
For real. Yeah, those are so funny, man. If you guys don't know what we're talking about,
You just type
it's
in
all
like
over
Super
social
Bowl
media.
predictions on TikTok. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's there because literally no one wants these
It's
teams to
funny.
play.
But anyways,
Go ahead with your picks
with Kittle,
or your prediction.
you know what? I think he's not going to get over the 10 receptions that I would like to have. So I'm going to say 8 receptions.
Mhm.
I don't think he's going to have a big game. I think he's only going to get 86 yards. But he is going to catch a touchdown.
Tight end's got to get the love, man.
For sure, tight end university.
Yeah, pointing at yourself there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And now we got to go back.
Is this it?
You want to do the actual score
Gatorade.
prediction or you want to do the Super Bowl MVP?
Let's do score prediction and then MVP.
All
We
right.
gotta do our Gatorade color.
Oh, yeah, the Gatorade color. Forgot about that.
We can't forget the Gatorade,
No,
man.
I'll do that real quick. Hold on.
Be like DJ Khaled, hit the putt.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
Gatorade color.
Do you know what I'm talking about with DJ Khaled saying Gatorade?
Yes, I do. Now.
It's so stupid.
All right. I spelled Gatorade wrong. Anyways, good thing for autocorrect.
It's fine.
All right,
It's
what's
fine.
your color?
All right. So last year,
It was yellow.
once again, I did not do much research on this. I want to see what the line is or what the
Anyways,
bets are on it.
So something funny. I think it was a college kid or it was a high school kid. He messaged everyone that was involved in the Super Bowl. All the players, all the coaches, all the trainers, all the nutritionists. And he had asked, he's like, I'm doing a school project and I gotta guess like what the color Gatorade is. Do you have any inside tips? He sent this to like over 400 people. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
It was like so
Why
absurd.
waste
Like
your
everyone
time
that was
doing
involved in the
that?
Super Bowl on both teams. So like he messaged Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey,
That's
Herbie,
wild.
George Kittle, Travis Kelsey, like
That's
everyone.
hilarious. Just for the Gatorade.
Yeah, but
I sold my Gatorade, man. I
yeah.
just looked.
So
Okay,
what's the
I just
line?
looked at the betting line. Plus 225 on purple Gatorade. Purple.
I actually have a.
Purple.
I do
No
have.
way, man.
I have my pick in. It might be a super big underdog pick, but I think it could
I,
be it.
dude, I'm sticking with the color that I find to be one of the best Gatorades in the game. We can have debates on this too, but I think this is one of the best flavors out here. The green lime, the yellow one.
All right,
The
yellow
yellow
Gatorade.
Gatorade. That
I
stuff
think that's.
is so good.
You know
And here's
what?
the thing.
It's good.
The
It's good.
Chiefs
It's
wear
not my
yellow
top.
and the 49ers wear yellow. Red seems like a pretty obvious pick, but red on this list is at a plus 450. Yellow is also at plus
Tell me
450.
how big of an underdog pick when I type this out. What's the odds for white? Because I got a good feeling that it's going to be Glacier Cherry Gatorade.
White is at plus 1,000,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
which is honestly wild. There's also a bet for no Gatorade bath.
There is that. But it's the Super Bowl. I think there's going to be one.
Yeah, there's got to be Gatorade.
But the final two things before we kind of sign off here.
This is it, dude.
This is the final game prediction of season 2 of Down on the Sidelines. 271 games.
It's been a good run.
Game 272. It comes down to this. Brendan, I'll let you do the honors first. Team and score prediction.
I have gotten my Super Bowl picks wrong for, I want to say, 9 out of the last 10 years, which is absolutely
Oh, yeah,
insane.
I forgot about that. Yeah, because Ben has had it since middle school.
Thanks for talking about that. Yeah, I
shit,
greatly
my bad.
appreciate
I'm sorry.
that.
I'm so sorry.
The last Super Bowl that I got correct was Super Bowl 52. Ben and I started this thing from Super Bowl 50, I believe, but I've also gotten Super Bowl 49 wrong. I also got Super Bowl 48 wrong. I'm not going to talk about 48 because 48 was a horrible game.
Was that the 1 yard
I've
line?
gotten no, the Super Bowl 48 was Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah, that one was really bad.
The safety right away. Yeah, it
safety
is
was like plus
dumpster
30,000.
player. So I've been getting this wrong many times. I'm ending it today. I am ending this today. If I don't end this today, I don't know what else to think. It almost seems like it's written in the stars that this is going to happen. And I feel like a ton of people know where I'm leaning towards right now. You guys do see I have purple right here.
Wait a
This is to
minute.
represent.
Hold on, because I know last year you were saying that you were going to secretly give clues out to see what team you've been leaning towards. Last year it was green, so I guess the Eagles. But purple, I'm thinking of Taylor Swift. Because I don't know anything on the Niners that's purple. The only thing I can think of purple is Taylor Swift. Because it's a very girly color. I don't know. I'm going to say you're taking the Chiefs.
Jeez. Okay, I'm good. You made a very good prediction. This is supposed to represent Taylor Swift.
Is it supposed to represent like her arrows colors?
Yeah, one of them.
That's why.
See, red would have been too easy, you know, because like Chiefs are wearing red. She has got an album called Red.
Well, hold on. Red, not necessarily, because I could think, oh well, both teams are red.
Both teams are red, but the Chiefs are wearing red at the game, being the home
That's
team.
true.
So I had to make things a little more different. This is also the color of the Super Bowl, of Super Bowl 58.
Oh yeah, it was supposed to be Baltimore, but that theory has now been dead.
And another connection to this, not just with this being one of her colors, with this being the main color of the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are playing at their division rival stadium
The
as the home
Raiders.
team of the Super Bowl against they've beaten the Raiders, and there are rumors that this guy also has a Chiefs flag buried underneath
Oh no, that's
uh
true. That's facts.
the stadium. So okay, that is facts. But going back to this is one of Taylor's albums. It's
From
the I've been doing
1985.
research. I've been doing research, man.
Oh god, you're turning into a Swiftie.
I'm not turning into one. I've just been doing research. This is her Fearless album, and one of
Yeah,
the
I don't know
songs
what
in
Melody's
there,
got you listening to, but
I'm gonna keep going, is Enchanted. Do you know that one?
no, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I liked her old country style, like
I'm just gonna say this: Travis Kelce was enchanted to get 13 receptions in this game, which is her number. I don't have to say much else. The Kansas City Chiefs are winning this football game, and it is going to be a thriller of a Super Bowl. I think this game is going to be better than last year's. Not as high scoring as last year, that's for sure, but it's going to be really good. So, my final prediction here, Kansas City Chiefs are winning this game 31-28.
almost like I knew you were gonna say that. So,
And guess what? 31 is 13
oh my
backwards.
gosh. Anyways,
There you go.
You also know what is 13?
What's 13, man? Brock Purdy?
Mr. Brock Purdy himself.
Mm,
Mr. Brock Purdy himself is number 13.
Sure.
And you know that each time we have had a Super Bowl, well, last year, I just feel like that I just have to pick the other one. But no, I came into this game being like, I'm picking this team. They are dominant. They are fierceful. They overcame a 7-point lead, 17-point
Mhm.
deficit, and just
That was a pretty
made
good comeback.
this,
That was a pretty good
just
comeback
made that
against Ryan.
team. They're made, but the best tight end in the league, my favorite tight end in the league. I think my personality is a lot like him, Mr. George Kittle. That defensive front, Jawan Hargrave, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, and Eric Armstead, just monster. Fred Warner, Tre'Davious Ward. Like, you talk
Yep.
about that defense.
Yep.
Just masterclass defense. Offense, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, CMC, even Elijah Mitchell, Jawan Jennings. Just all of these big playmakers. And it's 13. That ain't going to mean jack for this game. It's going to be when earlier this week when the reporter went up to Brock Purdy, said, if it comes down to it, are you ready to disappoint Taylor Swift? No hesitation, he says yes. So, my Super Bowl 58 prediction is going to be the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh.
I think their offense.
Just look at the stats that you have up on the chart.
That's
Look at that.
fair.
Shout out, Bill.
That's fair. So, I mean, yeah, look at this. They score over 28 points. I'm going to go 34-28.
28 for the losing team. Interesting.
So
the final score of Super Bowl 54 was 31-20.
31
and that was the last time
gosh.
these teams played each other in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But very, very interesting stuff. Super Bowl MVPs now.
All right, this is the big one. Obviously, who are you picking as yours?
All right, so clearly the favorites for MVP, without a doubt, are going to be the quarterbacks to begin. And Patrick Mahomes seems to be a clear number one. But with my statistics that I have for him, I don't think it's going to be that way. You typed in a pretty accurate guess.
I mean,
and
you've been going about Taylor Swift, so I kind of just connected the dots.
Here's the thing. The NFL has had this put together for so long. I wish it wasn't true, but I got to go with it. Travis Kelce is going to have the game-winning touchdown in this game. Game-winning drive. The only thing that concerns me is Patrick Mahomes would get the MVP just because of the game-winning drive. Because I think the Chiefs are going to get the ball last. And Travis Kelce is going to score the winning touchdown. Travis Kelce for my MVP.
But anyways, Mr. Irrelevant is going to walk away with this. He's going to prove everyone wrong, that he's going to be something great. He's going to put everyone to shame when he just blows the competition out of the water. Mr. 262, Mr. Irrelevant.
It'd be such a huge game for him if he can do that.
He's going to be your Super Bowl MVP.
If he can do that, he has officially written himself as give me my money bags right now type of stature. So this is gonna be a good game, dude. It's gonna be a thriller. And really I feel like we say that every year that they're about to play, but we got less than an hour until kickoff, Matt.
Yes, I have to leave and I have to be somewhere in 20 minutes. So I think we're gonna end this off. I think next episode we will go over our season, our final thoughts, tell you what plans we have for the future, and go from there. Obviously, we're going to continue with the UFL. Obviously, we had discussions about last year about doing the USFL and XFL. That never really fell through, but I think we are very both dedicated and cleared to start doing the UFL, as there's not much content. Obviously, it's been a heck of a run. It's been a heck of a season. Obviously, Brendan, as going to the playoffs, has won the unanimous Pick'em Season 2 champion. So I got to get him a trophy for that. But
yeah, thanks, man.
Yep. Anyways, everyone that has been watching / listening, we'd like to thank you from our hearts, because obviously we're just two college friends that just do this for fun. Obviously, we want this to go somewhere.
Oh yeah.
We want this to be successful. But
Go ahead, keep going. I'll let you finish your spiel, and then I'll do.
We want this to be the best thing we can have for us, and obviously continuing to grow with you guys, and obviously try and make more content. But obviously, we're only college students, both on our last semesters, so we don't know how everything's going to be going, but should be going good. If you want to take it away.
Yeah, so, I mean, to close with our show, I just want to say thanks to all of you guys for tuning in to these episodes, and Season 3 is going to be happening, don't worry. I know that you guys are going to see this after the Super Bowl, so either you guys are going to be laughing a lot about our predictions, or you're going to be like, okay, these guys might know what they're doing.
I'm going to try and upload it right away, but
I'm sure people are still going to be watching the Super Bowl. Maybe for Season 3, if we could almost start doing some live things, I think that'd be really, really cool.
Like something that we obviously have come up with.
Some live feed.
I want to do a live stream of the NFL draft. I think that's something that we wanted to do this past year. Get together, do the first round with each other, go live, see how that goes.
Any type of live feed would be incredible to do, but
then my bad.
Can I just continue with everything I'm saying, and then we can go back to you? But like I said, we thank all you guys for tuning into all of our things, and this is what Matt and I want to get into. We want to be those people who talk about the everyday sports that are going on. Like, we may not, like, right now seem to be like those number one people who are there, but here's the thing. We do this for fun, and we do this because we love doing it. And I just want to tell you guys, if there's stuff that you guys love doing, go and do it. Like, if it makes you happy, go and do what makes you happy, because you, at the end of the day, I can tell you this, you don't want to be held back from pursuing what you want to go for, because the only thing that is in your way is yourself.
Yeah.
And me providing some motivation to people out here right now.
Yeah,
But
the quote that I like to live by is that if you do things that you like, you will never have to work a day in your life.
yeah,
So
like
it's really
I
true.
see this for us as we get to do this, not that we have to.
We get to do this
And
because not only does it give us experience, we just like to do it. Like, I literally texted you last year at like 12:30 in the morning. Like, dude, let's start a podcast. Like,
yeah, let's just do a
let's do
podcast
this.
together.
Let's just start
Yeah,
this right away. But
yeah, and like to get like some of the guests that we've had, and that we're gonna hope that we can continue to have those guests on and grow more in the future. And we really want to try to grow in our social media platform, which I'm telling you, it's really difficult. It's almost like we need another person.
yeah, it would be
Uh,
nice to have like a social media coordinator, or even like, we don't have a lot of money, so it's like, if someone would,
yeah,
like, we could just
so we,
hire someone and pay them like, yeah,
yeah,
we'll pay you like $15 an edit. Like, really,
but
that may
here's
not seem like a lot, but to us that's quite a bit of money.
yeah, and here's the thing too. Like, if you enjoy editing, if one of you enjoys editing, like, we would totally be happy
We
to
would
have you guys try out
appreciate
and do stuff
anyone
with
that
us,
would.
because it can't just be myself doing this
I
editing
also
work.
want to try
It's
to
a
get
lot.
into editing as well. That's something I take very high interest in. Like, I
It,
want to
it's
learn.
a it's a very tedious process. I'll say that.
Hmm.
I, other than that though, I I hope all you guys enjoy the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. It's a very special day
Hmm.
of the year, Super Bowl Sunday. There's not many other Sundays that are better than
Yeah.
that. But once this football season concludes,
We have our actual final
we'll still
thoughts.
be at it. And yeah, once again, thanks guys
Hmm.
for tuning in to everything and
Hold on.
supporting us
I
on
just
our
want to say
journey.
one more thing. Kind of going back to how we want to do more live events. Obviously, I've ordered Bluetooth mics, so I'm gonna try to start making some contact on my TikTok with being
Nice,
mic'd up during football games, my flag games. I think that'll be kind of fun to do. But
nice.
I know we have said like we want to do live streams of the draft, which I think we should start planning for that. See whether
Yes,
you're coming here, we have the TV in front of us, and we have the computer. We live stream on YouTube, or as a lot of you guys don't know, the 2025 draft is in Green Bay. So next year's draft is going to be in our home state. So we want to actually go there, depending if it's just the first night, if it's the second round to the third round, or we're just going to be there for every single day, kind of do like a little journey on it. Because I think that's a once in
yeah,
experience lifetime.
a
But
once in a
it
lifetime
is.
for sure. Like, I think it'd be such a great experience to be able to do something like that. If we were out and about and just like recording small tidbits of different parts, and we just put together like a compilation of what we're doing, and then if we were able to do
Yeah, and we can
a
go
live
around
stream live
like obviously
there,
with
like,
wireless mics, like we can make TikToks, like short TikToks for us, like name like the
I do.
previous like 10 first round
Yeah,
overall picks. Like, go up to the fans like, hey, do we have your consent to make this video?
yep.
And like do all that. But
And I myself, I do have wireless mics.
mhm.
We just gotta get together and start creating. But I know with like the school year and all that we got going on, like, it's tough to do that. But next year,
We are free.
once we're done, but I mean,
We're gonna have jobs
obviously
as
we don't know
well.
what our careers or jobs are gonna be
Hmm.
yet, but there's a possible chance we can put something together. But I mean, sometimes like you just gotta actually not sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
always you just gotta stick to God's plan and
Yeah.
what He's got for you. So I I try to live by that every day that I can and just know what's best for me.
Yes, sir. But anyways, I think this is going to conclude the final. Well, second. Oh, not final, but we got one more after this. But the final game prediction before our analysis for down on the sidelines. So we, as we express, we think each and one and every you from the bottom of our hearts for letting us do this. Even as 15 subscribers, 100 viewers, 15 viewers, 6 viewers.
I don't care how many
It
views
doesn't
it
matter.
is. I
We're
enjoy
doing this.
this.
We're having fun. But anyways,
Yeah.
as Brendan said, enjoy the Super Bowl. So signing out on the home sideline from Lakeland University, your boy Matt Crowley, aka Matty Icy.
And just before we go, we'll do one more like pass to you because I have my football somewhere. I found it.
I'm in my room, so I have my football.
I got it right here, so I can pretend passing it to you. And I got the Mahomes jersey on it. It's fitting.
Yeah.
Here on the away sideline, here in Stevens Point, is your boy, Brett Stockhoff. 99 Brett's Brendini, also known as Brendan Retzloff, my actual name. We thank you guys for tuning in to our season finale of Down on the Sidelines. Here's the pass. Mahomes drops back. Fires it deep. Down the field. It's caught by the tight end. Kelsey, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and honestly, go Niners.
See you guys next time. Peace.